looking too, compared to other humans. I would tell him so if I could. Charlie has grown several inches this past year, and he is getting stronger. He is almost a man. His long legs stretch out over many stairs. I suspect that this change is something that Charlie did to himself, and it was not a sudden illness or an accident that lightened his hair. He is healthy and has a good appetite. Charlie is at the age when the teenagers start to preen and groom and try to make themselves attractive to other humans. I remember when Kevin and Victoria went through the same change. Before long, we hear a bus rumbling down the narrow road in front of our house. It is big and yellow, so you can't miss it from our windows. A group of teenage boys ride on the bus in the afternoons to get to the sailing club across the street, and then they go out in the boats on the river. The humans enjoy living on the river, but I stay away from it. When I was younger, I would sneak through the fence across the street and pad my way under the boat trailers to get to the water. But the salt marsh is pungent and wet. Not a good place for a cat. One time I accidentally fell into the river. The water was cold and dark, with no bottom. My feet flailed in nothingness, and I barely managed to scramble out. My claws sunk into the mud. My fur was so heavy when wet. I still have nightmares about that day. Another time, there was a red fox hiding in the marsh, and I had to run for my life. It was terrifying. Not that I had a doubt I could outrun that fox, because I'm fast and nimble. But the river doesn't interest me much anymore. The teenage boys go out in their boats every day, until spring turns to summer. But before they do that, they run. They sprint right past our house. It's part of their routine. "Here they come," Charlie whispers to me, shifting to get a better view out the big picture window. Most days, Charlie will make himself a peanut butter sandwich and then watch the boys from the safety of our home. He can be shy, cautious about who he talks to. But maybe it's just curiosity. Perhaps Charlie wants to observe without being seen. I would understand that. I know a little something about curiosity. 2 years ago, I think Charlie hardly noticed the boys at all. Last year, he started watching from an upstairs bedroom. This year, he usually stands behind a sheer curtain in the living room, stuffing his face with his sandwich. And he watches. I suppose that he is now the same age as some of the boys that sail on the river. I wonder if he knows any of them from school or the neighborhood. The boys run together like a pack of dogs. For the first couple of weeks, the days are so cold they can see their breath in the air. The boys jog past in sweatshirts and sweatpants, wearing hats that cover their ears. But now that spring is breaking, they wear shorts and thin jackets. There are usually a few big, strong, older boys in the lead. Then comes the middle of the pack, and there are always some stragglers at the end. They run around the block repeatedly, circling 3 times before heading to the boats. Charlie is usually done with his sandwich, taking the last bites of the crust by the time they are on their final round. Sometimes he frowns, watching them. He occasionally moves away from the curtain, as if afraid someone will see him. Other times he looks wistful, as if he wishes he could join them. He seems lonely sometimes. I have never seen Charlie run in my life, so this may not be the right activity for him. I wonder if he will ever try it. Today, as soon as we've watched the boys run past, Charlie stands and heads upstairs. "Come on, Lil," he calls to me, and I follow. First, he walks into the bathroom. I jump onto the toilet to watch him. When he lifts up his shirt, I see it. Faded bruising, turning from purple to green. On his side, by his rib.